Next area I want to talk about is finding opportunities. And I really want to highlight this in a couple areas. So if I go to find scans, it'll take you to the find component. And you'll notice here that there are a few areas. We have featured, ideas, and the idea behind, well, featured is just that, featured particular ones. Ideas are all sorts of different ideas that, ways that you can find things, event-driven stuff, things around earnings and dividends and growth and, technical chart patterns, stuff like that. These are just ideas. If you're looking for specific outlooks, you can click on the Outlook tab and you can see different bullish and bearish scans. And then finally are the strategy parts. The strategy scans are a little different. The strategy scans get very specific in the structure of a position. So for example, here in my covered calls, I have a few different covered calls scans. Here's my covered call conservative optimize, which is one of my personal favorites, not making a recommendation, just something that I personally like. Up here, we have some other ones as well, but we also have some other spreads in here. Like, for example, here's a bull put spread, the bull put 200. It describes what it is here, but what this is going to be, and obviously with the market today, it's a limited number. There's only 3 results today. But what this is it's structuring a bull put spread below the 200-day moving average while the stock is above the 200-day moving average. We do the same thing on the bull put 50. So the structure of the trade's below the 50-day, but the stock itself is above the 50-day, right? So it just helps you to kind of structure the trade for you. And when you go into one of those, it's very specific. It shows you the expiration date to use, shows you the long and short strikes, the in this case the net credit you should bring in, what the return would be if it's static, if and what the return would be if it moves, and so on. It shows you the break-even point and all that here. Also shows you the next earnings date. Most all of these position scans will structure a trade so that between now and the expiration of your position, there will not be an upcoming earnings report. So it just kind of protects a little bit. So then when I go into this, I can analyze the position, and that'll actually take me over to the options page with this trade filled in on the options page for me to analyze. Or I can go click trade and it'll actually fill out the trade ticket for me with that position. So I'll touch more on that in just a moment as we get into the options part of this. But I did want to mention, so besides all of these different elements of this, there's a couple things here to know. First off, your favorites are any of these that you have starred. So if there's any strategy that you like, let's say that, for example, if I go into my, well, I already have the all green today. So let's talk about green with a turnaround potential. So what this is, we'll go ahead and star that one. Now that'll be in my in this list as well. And what you'll notice on this one is that everything but technicals will be green. And technicals, if I go into any one of these, what you'll see is that when I go into the dashboard on this, you'll see that again that momentum I talked about. The first 1 or 2 of these will be green, but not all of them, indicating a potential turnaround in that. And so again, it's a starting point for you to do a deeper dive look into that particular stock. But in my 1-year weekly, so 1-year daily. Right. So, you can see, how that's playing out there, right?